scope, time, cost and resources, which is we say the core of the project management, can be managed fully by MS Project. Scope, time, cost and resources, these four things can fully manage by MS Project, while MS Project will help or contribute in your communication, in your quality management, in your procurement management, in your risk management. But you may not be able to do them fully in the MS Project. MS Project will help you out but will not completely support. You need to do this out of MS Project with some help, with some information, some data, some status reporting can be done from the MS Project. But scope, time, cost and resources can be done fully. Now what is this scope, time and cost and resources? Basically this forms a triple constraint triangle, which we say is the core of the project. Now where is the resource? Resources are on the side of the cost. Whenever you have to manage the cost, basically you can't manage cost, you have to manage resources. Based how you manage resources, the cost get incurred. So cost and resources are on the left hand side, the scope on the right hand side, the bottom is the time, and we are keeping the quality in the middle. And what is the purpose of this quality in the middle? Anybody has any guess why we are keeping the quality in the middle in this triple constraint triangle? You might have seen it multiple times. You can unmute yourself, speak out and mute yourself again. But I want to hear from some of you that why the quality is in the middle. That is one of the important things we will be talking in MS Project, what we're going to do. Anyone?
Because it depends on the quality.
Sorry, Prashant, say again.
Yeah, it depends on the quality. Means responsible person is the quality manager, so it comes to the quality.
What you're saying is right, but I think here I'm looking for something different.
Okay.
Is that the quality is inherent in all the aspects of the triangle. So if we try to change or affect any of the other parameters, quality is inherent in all of them. So
yeah, that's right. It is inherent, but why it is in the middle of the triangle?
Sir,
Yeah, Vivek.
We have to manage cost, scope, and time without disturbing or without decreasing quality. So that's why we put this in middle.
Okay. So you're saying without touching the quality, we need to manage this. Okay, up to certain extent, right? But why it is in the middle then?
Hello?
Yes, Nitin, you were saying something.
Hi, Vivek. Yeah, I mean, this is because quality is important in order to deliver the required needs of stakeholders. So it's very important. It affects the cost, time, and the scope from the very beginning of the project. So in order to cope with the project quality management, so quality has to be in the middle and has to cope with cost, time, and scope all the time.
What you people are saying is all right, but my thing is that if quality is not in the middle, then what will happen? Why it is in the middle? Why we are keeping in the middle of this? And why what is the meaning of scope or cost being on the side and not in the middle, or quality not being on the side? We can have on one side also, right?
Hello. Hi, Vivek.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pankaj here.
Yes, Pankaj, go ahead.
Yeah, actually quality is in middle because it's all the knowledge areas like cost, scope, and time. It directly related with the quality. If say if quality is low or it is not as per the not within the acceptable limits, so it's directly affect on the cost. So there will be extra charges or extra cost to like rectify the things, and in our and same time it will take more time also. Your quality is
Okay.
down, then it will affect on the cost. There will be a cost of like means you have to be like spending more resources to get done the things as per the quality standard. It will take the additional time, as well as sometimes you have to conduct few tests, so it will be like adding on the scope also. So the
Okay.
quality it is like matters on all the factors like cost, scope, and time. That's why it is in middle.
Okay. Okay.
Or if you
Let me
take this out,
what?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, quality is the, just a second. Hello.
Yeah, Prashant.
Yeah, quality is the mediator between the project management team and the execution team. Is that right?
No, no, here the quality is a part of the project management also. Quality is not, project management is not without quality.
Okay.
Okay, see the
Okay.
quality, I tell you, I explained this concept that quality is the middle. What does it mean by cost being cost, scope and time on the side? That if scope changes, I will manage the project by changing cost and time. If cost changes, I will balance this triangle by changing scope and time. If time changes, then I will manage the project or balance this triangle by cost and scope. So basically, if you want to manage the project, this triangle has to be in shape. If scope changes, I have to change its cost and time. If cost changes, I have to change time and scope. So suppose you have added some scope in the project, it means it may increase the cost and it may increase the time as well. Not necessarily all, but if you have same kind of resources, you say, okay, they will work for more time. It will increase the cost as well as the time. In some cases, you will say, no, time may not be acceptable, so I will add some more resources in the project. And that way the cost will change. What I am not doing here is that I am not saying that I will reduce the quality. Simple say what I am saying that on the side, the things on the side are negotiable, while thing in the middle is not negotiable. That's why the quality is in the middle. Now, how many projects you have seen where the quality is not compromised? I've seen the scope changes or we have challenge with the time, the quality is often got compromised. And so badly compromised that for several for a long time we keep fixing that thing. Even when we deploy the things or the commission the things, they are not in the usable form. So quality often get compromised despite we keep it in the middle. And that's one of the reasons that quality, though we keep in the middle, we keep it on the high and we don't compromise it, but because our inability to balance this triangle by changing the other aspects, we also impact the quality and compromise with that as well, and without the intention or without any planning. So what I suggest always, that if your other parameter is on the top, is not compromisable. Suppose there is an event to happen. Now you have announced the event. If that going to happen on certain time, your time will be on the top. Time may be not negotiable altogether. In that case, you need to bring the time inside and quality outside, and say that I will compromise on the quality which is compromisable, because time cannot be compromised. And if you do that, you will be able to be better planned and will manage the quality far better than leaving it not negotiable and negotiated. So that's what in the Microsoft project, what we're going to do is, we can manage the cost, we can manage the scope, we can manage the time, and based on that any change happen, Microsoft project will give you an understanding that changes happen and the impact on the cost and the time. And it will give you an opportunity, a platform to change these cost and time, other two parameters, and see that you are able to meet your objectives or not. And that's the beauty of the MS project, that today if scope changes, or today if the time challenges come and the project going to be delivered 6 months from now, you can manage things even today, because you know that I'm not going to be able to deliver a quality product at the end of the day, and therefore I should manage things and see, and it will give a platform that you can manage several things. You can add resources, you can try compressing the schedule and see that are you able to meet it or not. So today you can do several kind of simulation in the MS project and see that it is happening or not, and try out various options which you have. And that's what the beauty of this project, that as soon as you are not able to meet the end goal, it will tell you that you are not able to get the or meet the end goal, which is not possible in Excel or any other project, any other tool which is not project management. So the beauty of a scheduler is that if you are not able to meet the goal, it will tell you right away. So you have time to manage this. So early warning you get in this, and it will also give a platform to address that warning and ensure that 6 months down the line my projects will not be in problem. And if that's not possible, at least a considerable time before delivery, I can go to my client and say that this is not going to happen, and provide him various options. So it will not be a surprise to your customer, and that's where the project comes. Now in the life cycle, what we have done, we have various features in the MS project. We have listed in the various stage what we are going to do in the different stage of the project management, like in the
Will you please tell me? Hello? Are you listening me?
yeah, go ahead.
Will you please tell me how that project helped me? I mean the applications and the uses. Please, will you elaborate this? What are the just like we made a project schedule. Okay, then how he will help me?
Are
you getting what I am saying?
I'm getting it. Do you plan for your project?
Yes. Currently, I am planning for a project in which I have to set up a new plant.
Okay. So how the planning help you in execution?
In execution, in tracking all of things.
Okay. So this is actually your plan.
Yeah.
So it will help you in tracking.
Explain me by taking your schedule of making a house.
Okay.
300 square meter or 3000 square meter.
This house in 3000 square foot.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I think we can take this example as to prepare a project plan and see that how we can use this tool.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start. Okay, so we saw that choose the options, all the options which we want to use, and how we're going to use this our project, MS project, customize it using these options, and set up the calendar. In the set up the calendar, basically we have set up the holidays on which days we are not going to work, or the people are not expected to work, or no progress will happen on the project, and if any deviation in the normal working days. So suppose a Saturday half day working, or any Thursday or Friday not working kind of thing. That can be changed using the work week. So what we did here is we just set up 2 holidays in this. Okay, the next step is that in the project, as we say, the project is called project when there is a start and end date. So in the planning, what we do, we say that okay, the project will start on this date, plan out everything and work out that when it is going to end. Now, as per our customer, he will be having a target date also. Now, the planning will tell that are we meeting that target date or not. If we are meeting, finishing well before that date, I think we are good. If we are not, then we will look on the some of the optimization techniques, that how we can fit the project in the expectation of the client. And if that is not happening, we can discuss this with the client with the details that why it is not happening and what is the best possible option. Okay, so what we will do now, we will give a start date to the project so that we say that okay, this is the date which we are starting, and then we will plan out the project and we'll see that when we are finishing. So in the project, you say that there is project information. If you click on it, you will get this dialog box, and the dialog box, there are a couple of fields, and with the fields which are important here are start date, finish date, schedule from, and the calendar. Other things we will see later. So in this, what will happen, we have a start date, we have a finish date. So that which one we will have to fill, it depends upon the schedule what we select here. Schedule from project start date, that is called forward planning. That is, you give a start date and work out the end date. Other mode is that I have given a finish date and I will work out when I have to start. What is my start date? That is a backward planning. In this case, I have to define a finish date. I always recommend, whatsoever the situation is, how important the end date is, and whatever the pressure, you always go with the start date and work out a finish date. Maximum what will happen that your finish date may not match with the customer's finish date. At that time, we will use some optimization techniques to match those things. So I will give in a start date here, and that start date may be the next Monday. On 26th, we are starting a project. Let's say this project we are starting. So I have given a start date. Okay, let's say if only 2-floor building is there. Okay, what next? Suppose your first ground floor is done, first floor is done.
After that,
Yeah,
finishing
but
work.
the brickware is about
windows.
the walls actually. Yes, go ahead.
Finishing work.
Finishing work, finishing and painting, huh?
Yeah.
So say painting, and then furnishing, huh?
Yeah.
Furnishing, okay. What else? Commissioning.
Yeah. And after that, Grah Pravesh.
Sorry? Grah Pravesh.
Yeah.
Okay, so commissioning basically. Right? This is the all activities. All deliverables, I say the activities and deliverables, everything is here. So what I do here now, see, it looks very straightforward. So I will put some structure in this. So first I will put here a land related. So in the land related there are two things. One is land, buying the land and putting the layout of the land. Okay. So this will be in the land. So what I have done, I have created a summary task called land. Under this there are two tasks. How do you do this? There are two ways of doing it. You want to make land as a summary task or as a group task, then you select just below it the task which you want to be part of this task, and then use this indent and outdent. If you indent, the task just before that will become the summary task. Okay. Then I will say planning and designing. Okay, under planning and designing, I will keep it out actually. I can see when you go close to this now, when you go close to this, it becomes, in the beginning, it becomes double arrow. The cursor will become double arrow. At that time, I can drag this inside. Okay. What is architecture blueprint and approval of blueprint is a subtask of planning and designing. Okay. Then I will say I don't know, maybe a foundation work, some say. Foundation work. And I put foundation work under this excavation, boundary wall and foundation. I put under foundation work. Okay, you see, yeah, I'm just structuring this in a looks like a little better. A ground floor is a kind of deliverable, right? And building column, walls, flooring, roof and plastering are the activities. So I simply put all these things under it. Or I can put another thing here is the, maybe I can put here is a construction. And under construction, I can pull it out. Under construction, I put rest of the things. Plastering, up to plastering, I can keep inside. I selected all this and put this. You can use this also. You can use this indent and outdent also. For more, it is more convenient. Yeah, the execution is basically a construction. Okay, under first floor, column, wall, plaster, thing, I put this under first floor. So you have a land acquisition, you can say land acquisition basically. Okay, fine. Buying the land and layout of the land, then planning and designing, that is architecture, blueprint, approval. This is may not be absolutely right, but see, we want a project plan basically, right? Building a home is much more complex than what we have done, but we want to learn MS project, not to build the house. Okay, under construction we have foundation work, ground, the ground floor and the first floor, and after that I will say we have furnishing, and for furnishing I will I will put this painting and furnishing under furnishing. Doors and windows are left, so I will put doors and windows also under furnishing. Maybe a wooden work could be another one, but I don't want to put too many tasks also, so let me put doors and windows. Okay, just putting doing a little shortcut. Okay, so in furnishing, though the door and windows are basically the wooden work, much more than furnishing. But let's keep like this. And I think there should be some kind of inspection also, right? So what I do, I under commissioning, I will say inspection, approval, approval means occupation. We say OC, right? Occupation certificate. And then commission, right? So the three things I put this under it. Now this commissioning is not construction. Okay, so you see the structure overall. I have a house. Under house I have land acquisition. Let me write land acquisition. Then I have planning and designing. Then after that construction. Under construction I have foundation, groundwork, first floor, furnishing, and after construction I have a commissioning, under which there is inspection, occupation, and approval. So maybe there could be two part also. Maybe the like verification. Yeah, commissioning is project handover. So we can instead of commissioning I say project handover. Okay. So you see we have created a fantastic work breakdown structure of our complete work.